It's time for the Goodnight Gladesville news. We haven't had it for a while. There it
is. This is the Goodnight Gladesville news. I'm Geoff Martin.
And I'm Danny Scrivano.
Tonight, we look at some of the top stories that have been happening while Goodnight Gladesville has been off the air. And of course, one of the biggest stories that probably broke this year is the much public disapproval over the changes to laws. So Channel 9, for gambling, sorry. This is a bit confusing.
I'm confused.
I'm confused already. Channel 9 has made to greatly reduce the on-air presence of Tom Waterhouse and his betting advertisements. And further to this, it may become law down the track that all gambling advertising on sports broadcast may be banned altogether in the same manner as cigarette advertising was banned in the 90s. Now, it's a big part of the television revenue at the moment. Obviously, they had the cigarette advertising, that's gone.
Yep.
A lot of other streams of revenue have gone for television networks. So gambling, obviously, has now become the number one revenue stream. So when it comes to sports, it's a huge thing, and it's being reduced. So what can be done about this?
Well, it's interesting. If they ban it altogether, obviously they won't be able to do the betting at all. So they won't have Tom Waterhouse. They won't have anybody.
That's right. Yep.
Which begs the question. I was thinking about this, Geoff. Who could they have? But it's funny.
So you're looking at other sources of income.
Well, they can use some other businesses, some different companies.
Still doing gambling?
Well, no.
No?
You can't do that
Okay,
anymore.
right.
That's
So
gone.
this is something different.
It's funny you ask, because I actually found I've got some sources at Channel 9, and I found they're preparing for this. They've actually recorded some different business people have come in and recorded like a Tom Waterhouse bit, but nothing to do with gambling, but to do with their own business.
Really?
So they've got a few different places, and I've actually got one. This is a bit of a Goodnight Gladesville exclusive.
Oh, yeah?
I've nicked one from there.
Oh, right.
So have a listen to this. What do you reckon about this? There's no more gambling anymore, but we can do other products. There's no problem.
Yeah.
So what about something like this? Okay, well, thanks for that comment, Gus. And now it's time for a betting update. Oh, no, hang on. No, we're not doing that tonight. It's now time for a pizza update with Pino Acquacasa. Hello, Pino. Good evening. Good evening, and grazie mille, Cameron. Buongiorno, everybody. My name is Pino Acquacasa of Pino's Pizza Palace in Gladesville. And tonight, I am taking on the Rabbitohs a big time. Tonight's special is a barbecue meat lovers pizza with the rabbit meat, only $8.95. And if the Greg English he scored the try tonight, right away you give me a call and I give you the free garlic bread. Also, if the game ends before you get your home delivery, you have the half price capricosa on the house. And don't forget the weekend, Saturday night pizza, it's a tradition in Italia. If you make a family size order tomorrow, I give you the Mama Special. 4 family pizza, 5 garlic bread, 3 a bottle of Coca-Cola, and a dessert of tiramisu. All are yours for $29.95. And that Mama, she'll throw in a special dose of a Mama's love for free. It's a Mama's Saturday night special, but only this week at the Pino's Pizza Palace. And remember to be the glutton with the responsibility. Oh, how about that? Pino's Pizza Palace. Could take over.
Pino, I like it. I think it could work because you could have the pizza of the mascots of the teams that are playing. Like you had Rabbit there.
Yeah.
What else? You could have dragons.
Limitless.
You know, it'd be a bit harder. Maybe the Knights might be a bit hard or something like that.
Well,
yeah,
they could
Tiger.
cut the pizza with a big sword or something like that.
Storm. You can have a Storm pizza. You know.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. That's one of them. They've tried. It's the only one I got hold of, but they're trying out a few others. They've tried out a funeral home.
Well, they're big at the moment, aren't they? Funeral homes.
They apparently so. They had a special like die before the first try special.
Before the first.
There's late night kebab place. If your team loses and you go and get on the drink, you know, you get a free kebab on the way home.
Well, also you could have you could involve the betting in that as well. You know, what are the odds of you being sick after having the kebab?
Yes,
Will you survive?
And if this is one I like, even the Australian Labor Party is getting on board with this.
Oh,
They
yes.
reckon they can have a slot, and they're going to offer a 2-for-1 Prime Minister deal as well. So there you
One
go.
guaranteed to stab the other in the back?
Yeah, quite possibly. Well, maybe this we can bet on it. Maybe but we can't keep betting out of it. It's saying in there.
Well, that's
Moving on, I
very
think.
good. What else is big in
what
news?
else you
What's
got,
some
Geoff?
local news, Danny? What else we got?
What's the next thing?
Do you like the Scots, Danny?
I love Scotland.
Do
Yeah,
you
I
like-
actually have some Scottish heritage.
You have some. You like Scotland? Are you a fan of the kilt?
Yes.
Are you a fan of other Scottish traditions like piping?
I
and
certainly am.
You have a sporran.
I've got two of them.
two sporrans.
I do,
Excellent.
yes, yeah.
One to keep the other in.
One for dessert, one for tea.
And when you normally go to buy your Scottish products, where would you normally go?
Well, I'll tell you where I go. I can tell you because I actually go there. In Drummoyne where I live, there is a kilt shop and I go there to buy it.
A Scottish kilt shop run by a fair dinkum Scottish?
It certainly is. Yep.
Scottish?
Yep.
Scott, sorry.
Yes.
We'll edit that out when we go to air. Well, I've got some very sad news for you, but the tartan shop in Drummoyne is going to be closing down.
I've actually heard this, and I tell you, I am outraged about this. And what's this guy's name? It's Jonathan, isn't it?
Yeah, Wee Johnny.
The time.
Wee Johnny, they call him.
He's a local identity. And, well, listen, I tell you, I am actually very angry and quite distressed about this shop closing down. I know the internet's taking over a whole bunch of retail all the time.
Yep.
But look, I've got to draw the line when it comes to kilt shops closing down. This just can't happen. Where am I going to buy my kilts from, Geoff?
That's it. I don't know.
Have you ever worn a kilt?
I have.
Well, you'd know.
It's free.
There's nothing quite like it. The sense of freedom,
freedom!
The increased airflow, when a spring day, the circulation on a sunny afternoon. It's fantastic, and it's just outrageous that I can't buy them anymore. I mean, it should be the right of every man to secure himself a kilt if he wants to. And I mean, as you're alluding to, I mean, they may take our kilt shops, but they'll never take our sense of freedom, Geoff. And Jonathan, he was such a great owner of operator. No one measured an inner groin quite like Jonathan. he was just fantastic, and he always had a great range. He had every family tartan ever made, including, of course, my very own label, the Scrivano tartan.
Which
very
Italian style.
Consisted of course, red, white, and green tartan.
And a lot of concrete.
But it also had a genuine Renaissance Scrivano family coat of arms on the front, which is basically a large shield with a well-hung mule on the front of it. Is what it was. And this internet thing, it's no good. It's no good. I've tried the internet. I've tried his new site, and it's just unreliable. You don't know what you're going to get. You know what they sent me? I got sent a netball skirt with goal attack. Last time,
a pleated netball skirt.
Yes, it's you can't get it. I'm really upset about this. And but
can I just ask you, Danny? You said Wee Johnny doesn't measure an inner thigh measurement like anybody else. Is it important to know the inner thigh measurement?
It is.
Wearing
when you're talking about airflow. Okay. You need to know the right dimensions, all right?
Right.
So that's how it works. But look,
you're obviously very distressed over this.
I'm very distressed, but of course, the only good thing about it is that it is a bit dangerous sometimes when you go around wearing a kilt.
Oh, yes?
And I did one time, I had an embarrassing moment. I had a bit of an Marilyn Monroe moment, actually, while walking over one of those train grates.
Really?
Yeah,
oh,
gee. Yeah. And, well... Let's just say it was very embarrassing.
Why was it so embarrassing?
Well, because let's just say more than a few unfortunate people copped an eyeful of my Edinburgh tattoo. Wasn't a pretty sight. So that's the news. This show has not changed. It's just as bad as it ever was. But anyway, now listen, stick around. We've gone way over, I think, on this segment already. But we're going to come back and talk about the monorail, Geoff, aren't we?
Actually, before we do go on, we should actually state that the tartan shop, even though Danny's just said how outraged he is at online shopping, the tartan shop will be going online, so you can still purchase tartan products from the Drummoyne Scottish Tartan Shop online.
But you may get a netball skirt. If you're not careful.
Or Danny yelling at you. Anyway.
If you're wondering what's going on here, this is Goodnight Gladesville. We're back for another season of shows in 2013. My name's Danny, this is Geoff. We're going to do this every Sunday night from 11 till 12. It's a late night entertainment program. And so we're going to go away now, but after this we're going to talk about the monorail, Geoff. It's closed down, but we're going to ask the question, rather than scrapping it, could it be used for another purpose? That's what we're going to talk about next.
Hard-hitting issues here.
That's right.
On Goodnight Gladesville.
This is Goodnight Gladesville's first show back for 2013 here on 2RRR.